to Acu Quickies. This is a video about acupressure, and I will be sharing with you about one acupressure point that could help you to find some release if you've been having any issues with allergies. Yeah. Now, before we begin, I just like you to know that I'm not an acupuncturist or a TCM professional, but I do have some general knowledge from trainings that I have done with my own teachers, and I also do apply some of the knowledge into classes that I teach, specifically into Yin Yoga, where I teach according to the meridian system, and in Acu Yin, where the combination of acupressure and Yin Yoga is combined. All right. So for this particular point that we'll be getting into is actually located in the feet. And I will be showing you where the point is and using an Acupin to indicate where the point is. Don't worry if you don't have an Acupin. This is really just for clarity purposes, okay? Now, so if you have been having issues with allergy, maybe if you're sensitive, especially to change of weather, things like pollen, sometimes there's a pollution in the air. I'm really sensitive to dust as well, and then sometimes we have haze here in this part of the world. My eyes always get affected really badly. They start to water, and luckily for me, breathing is not an issue, right? But then it affects my eyes a lot, and this is one area that it's always watering. So this particular point is really helpful to help release and get relief into this area. It can also be really helpful if sometimes you have headaches in the general region of the entire head space here, actually specifically into maybe the sides of the head here, and then also if you are having any other issues that is related to digestion, so certain issues such as constipation or diarrhea, this point can also be really helpful. So this is actually one of the kind of important points to know. It's also a common point that a lot of practitioners to use for treatment if there's any stagnation in this part of the system here, and it is located along the liver meridian. Okay, so this particular point is called Tai Chong, which is the Great Surge, and it is located in the foot. If you'd like to know the number for this point, it is 3. Okay, liver 3. Now we're going to go ahead and try to find the pressure point. Okay, so you can bring the foot flat onto your mat here. Alright, you can just quickly use your finger. You're going to find that place in between the big toe and the second toe. Okay, so that space in between there, you can go ahead and use the finger. Okay, apply a little bit of pressure as you press into the space, and then move the finger upwards towards the ankle. And as you do that, you can feel that there's like a gap and a depression in space here. Keep pressing down until you feel a point where the big toe and the second toe, the metatarsals, they meet. So this is your point, liver 3. I'm going to use the Acupin so that maybe it's clearer for you to see. Okay, I'm going to turn the foot outwards. Okay, so from the top here, right, where the webbing in between the first and second toe. Okay, here, webbing between the first and second toe. Just draw the finger upwards, and then you're coming right here into the space. Okay, so you can feel quite tender for some of us. So go ahead and start to apply pressure into this spot. Now, one really interesting thing about this spot is that it is also known as the liver origin point. Okay, so if there's any issues that's related to the liver, this is a spot that maybe can help to kind of harmonize the qi flow back into the liver system. And we talk about the liver as a system, not as an organ. If there are also any menstrual issues, this is also a spot that's really handy that a lot of practitioners would also apply treatment into. This is really painful. And if you have any maybe unsettled emotions, if you're always feeling maybe angry, right, or easily you feel frustrated or irritated, maybe things very easily trigger you, sometimes that can also be released and kind of harmonized here, right? Because the liver system is the one that governs the emotions of anger and calmness. So maybe pressing into the space helps you to release the tension, all the anger that's bottled up, and then find that sense of calmness here. Okay. Just one interesting thing to know is that the liver channel in the body is also known as the general of the kingdom. The kingdom being your own body. Okay, so you can go ahead and do the other side as well. Okay, the kingdom of the body. So the general is always the one protecting the body. So it's always got a lot of defense systems up. In the body, there's also what we call defensive chi, and this can also help to boost and enhance the chi or the energy for the body here this way. Alright, so I hope that has been beneficial and interesting for you. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope to catch you in the next one as well. Okay, bye.